Hi friends, welcome back to another session. This is a continuation of file handling. Last session, if you remember the last session, that is the session covering, we learned how to access a file in a different way. I mean, normally reading a file from start beginning till end, that was the case in previous session and the session before that. And in the last session we saw how to read a file in reverse order, and there we learned how to use fseek function. Alright, now in this session we will learn how to edit a file. That is what we had decided, if you remember. So editing a file, I mean making changes to a file, in two different ways I can do editing. Alright, I can do that is what I am going to discuss through examples. Locally edit a file or globally. Globally means throughout the file. Locally means at a particular position. Alright. So what we need to, what we are going to do is we pick up two different types of examples. One is local editing, another is for global editing. Alright. Before I move to the programs, here is my file, assuming this is the content. If you remember, we had the file 1.txt which we were using. Assume this is the file. Alright, and if I go for positions, if I go by positions, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. End of file is at position 8, EOF, if you remember. Now 0L, 1L, that we have already discussed, so I am not elaborating on that. But understand this is your file, and the mode to edit a file, if you remember, R+. We discussed this when we discussed that in the theory part. We discussed the different modes to open a file. R+, the primary mode is read, secondary mode is write. Read, then write. So obviously what is important is to understand the primary mode is read. So first you will be reading, then you will be writing. Fair enough, because what you do, you are saying you will edit. How will you edit? By reading the file. You read, change the contents. Editing means that. Alright, so R+ is the mode to open the file and edit it. Alright, so first program, let's look at which will be to edit a file locally. Locally means I'll simply, what I've decided is I'll pick up two things from the user. I'll ask the user to input a character, okay, and I'll ask the user to input a particular position. That position I'll look for in the file. If the position, in that particular position, if the character is, whatever character is there will be replaced with the character which the user has entered. So assuming the user enters a character P and user says the position will be 4. So what I do, I travel to position 4 in the file, this position, okay. Actually user says 4th position. Is it this position or this? Practically, if I look at the file, this is the position the user wants to be edited, isn't it? But as far as the file is concerned, since the first location in the file is starts with 0, so obviously this is the character which the user wants to be replaced with P, whatever character is there. Alright, so let's move to the first program, the first slide. Here is the slide for you, have a look. New character, the variable, and position as a long integer I have taken. Okay. Next, I am checking while opening the file if it returns null. If you remember, this checking is very important because sometimes what happens, you may not be able to open a file. Why? Because there are so many reasons. I had told you, maybe you don't have permission, maybe the file is corrupt, whatever it is. If you cannot open a file, you cannot continue. So what I do over there, give a message and exit, come out of the program. If not, then what you do, you get two values from the user. One is a new character and another is the position. Okay, for that I have two variables. One is new ch, another is post. Alright, so let's go back to the board. So you have got two variables, new ch and post. So user says new ch is m and position the user says is 4. Got it? So what the user basically wants to do, at position 4 in the file, whatever character is there is to be replaced with the character M. Alright. Now as we discussed, position 4, as far as the file is concerned, for the user it is position 4, but as far as the file is concerned it is position 3. So after this, what I do, I decrement position. That was the next line in the slide. Position minus minus. What it will do? It will simply have a look at the second part of the slide. Here is the second part. Look at that. What it is? Pos minus minus. What it will do? Line number 16. Pos minus minus. What it will do? It will decrement the variable pos by 1, and then comes the F6 statement. Have a look at the F6 statement. We discuss it on the board. Fp comma pos comma 0. Got it? Have a look. Well, let's go back to the board. Okay. So position is first decremented. So position now is 3. Clear? Alright. Now when I open the file pointer is here, Fp is here at this position 0, because I have opened the file in read mode. Understand that? The F6 statement. What is the F6 statement? F6 P comma pos, Fp comma pos comma 0. This is the statement which was there in the slide. 0 is for what? Beginning of the file. So from beginning of the file my movement will start, and F6 will take me to pos, that is position, that is 3. So Fp moves here. But wait a second, what happens if the user has said position is 50? Maybe there is no 50th position in the file, no? So what will happen? F6 will try to seek the 50th location which is beyond the range of the file, and of course it will encounter null, garbage, whatever it is. So better you check. Have a look at the slide again. That's what I am doing. After that F6, I am checking if not Fp. This is the meaning of if not Fp is if Fp equal to null. What I say? Position is beyond file and exit, come out of the program. Otherwise, look at the next line, the line below that line. Put C new ch comma Fp. I repeat, put C new ch comma Fp. That's the line, and then of course F close is there. So what happens if it is a legal position? Fp is here at 4th position, and the line, what was the line? Writing it here, put C new ch comma Fp. If you remember, put C takes two parameters, source comma destination. This new ch is the character, that is your source M, destination is Fp. Fp is pointing at this place, so this place here the character A will be replaced with M. Whatever was the character will be replaced, and after replacement Fp automatically moves to the next position, but hardly matters. Whatever we wanted to do is already done. So got this? Clear? Okay. After that, close the file, come out of the program. So got this? So basically, friends, you know, editing a file this way is quite easy. You know, it's easy. You just look for the position, go over there, you know, make the changes. All right. Now in our second example, let's go for globally accessing the file. That means throughout the file we'll look for and do replacements. All right. So what I do is basically, what I'll be doing is basically, let's say, you know, I put this as M. Why? Because it will suit my program. Listen to the program. What my program does, it takes two things from the user. Okay, two characters it takes as input. One, the old character, another is called the new character. Old character is that character which I will be looking for in the total file, whole file. Wherever it is found, I will replace it with the new character. Got it? Okay. I'll show you the slide, but before that, you know, I hope you understood my question. Question is, look for one character. That particular character is found. Wherever it is found, replace it with another character. The whole program. And of course, count the number of replacements which you are doing. That is something again important. Is this clear? Okay. Have a look at the slide. Look at the variables. 3 variables I have taken: ch, old ch and new ch. Then of course, open the file. The first part I'll explain it to you on the board. Of course, I have taken a variable count, initialized it with 0. Open the file, r plus mode. Same thing. Check for if cannot open file, then exit. If you can open the file, after that enter the character to find in the file. That is your old character, old ch. Okay, and enter the new character. Get the new character, new ch. Got it? Okay, let's do that on the board. So what I do, basically I open the file in read mode. Pointer will be here, fp, positioned here. Every time I am not giving you that arrow. fp, you just understand fp is positioned here. Now old ch is one variable. You have new ch, you have ch, and you have count. 4 variables if you remember. Old ch, user enters m. So what basically user wants to do? Wants to find m throughout the file. Got it? Wherever it is found, it will be replaced with y. Hope you got the whole program. Hope you understood. Look for m. Wherever m is there, replace it with y, and whenever you go for a replacement, do the count. Count is 0 right now. Got it? So what I need to do? I need to read the entire file till end of file. Okay, and character wise. So have a look at the program again. While ch equal to getC fp. Look at that. While ch equal to getC fp not equal to end of file. Clear? Throughout the file we are reading, and if the character matches. Okay, let's look at these 2 lines on the board first. Alright, so while loop, you start reading the file from here, from this position, because this is where your file pointer is. While ch equal to getC fp, that means file pointer, wherever file pointer is pointing right now, getC function will try and read one character from that position and put it into the variable ch. So right now what is the character? P. So ch becomes p right now. Okay, and remember one thing which is extremely important, that is fp. The moment it reads a character, it will jump to the next character. This is something which always happens. If you are reading one character at a time, it will jump one character ahead. If you read 10 characters at a time, it will jump 10 characters, like that. Remember, I told you, file pointer moves automatically. Got it? So this is your position. fp is here, ch is p. Hardly matters. What I do now is check whether ch matches with the old character. Does it match? If ch, if you remember the slide, I'll go back to the slide. If ch equal to old character, that was the checking, old ch. Doesn't match. So what will happen? Again the loop will continue. Again this time fp reads m, okay, and put it inside ch. M is here and fp moves here. fp is here now. Got this? Clear? If ch equal to old ch, true or false? True. Condition, the if checking is true. Move back to the slide. Okay, see the f6 statement. What is the f6 statement? Have a look. f6 fp comma -1l comma 1. Why is that needed? Let's go back to the board. f6, this is your f6 statement. f6 fp comma -1l comma 1. This is the statement, na? What is 1? current position, if you remember 0 beginning, 1 current position to end of file. From current position I'll be moving 1 byte backward the file pointer. Why? Because you know this old character has to be replaced with this new character, but where at this position? But file pointer has moved forward. Problem is that. So what I'll do, from current position I'll move the file pointer 1 position backward. That means at the end of this statement FP will be here. Clear? After this what will I do? I'll replace this character with my whatever is the character. I'll replace it with new ch. For that what I do? Put C. Have a look at the slide again. Put C. At that position what I do? Put C new ch comma fp. Put C source comma destination. So this is my line. Look at the board. Put C new ch comma fp. Source is new ch. New ch is what? Why? Where fp is pointing, at that position new ch will be written, replacing the old character. And of course, you know, by the end of the operation file pointer will automatically move here. It need to move. Alright, it goes on like that. And of course after that I increment count, so count becomes 1. This process continues inside the loop throughout. 3 different replacements, M here again replaced, M here again replaced. So at the end of this loop 3 replacements have taken place and count has a value 3. So come out of the loop, display the value, slide again, last part. That's what I am doing. Okay, and after that the number of replacements you are putting there, printing it, closing the file and coming out of the program. So I hope you got it. Alright. Well friends, that's how you edit, you know. But remember, till now we have been looking at just one type of data, that is character. We are doing everything with characters, reading, writing, editing. You know, next session again I'll tell you, next class I'll tell you next session how to delete something from a file. But again I'll be doing it with characters. I'll move to other data types. I had told you this is a lengthy part, file handling, but a very important part. Understand that. Alright. Now deleting we will discuss in the next session. Apart from deleting, I'll pick up another data type. What is that? Strings. We remember different types of data, we have characters, strings, heterogeneous data, all these are there. So I'll pick up strings. I'll show you how to deal with strings, reading, writing, editing, deleting, everything, but with a string. Alright. So you know, friends, follow these sessions carefully, and I asked you for your comments, you know, which I am eagerly waiting for. If you give your comments, then I can make the adjustments, make the you know, changes wherever you require something. I can put it over there. Alright. So please come out with your comments. Alright. Till that time, take care. Bye bye.